Get me an idea on that vessel now. Kunlan? Here? Attention, Kunlan! Break up attack now, or we will be forced to defend ourselves!
Sensors report the foul Corum is under attack by beast ships. They must think those ships are ours.
We must destroy that beast fleet. Hopefully, that will also prove to the foul Corum that we aren't enemies.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Homeworld Emergence. We're going to talk about what we're doing right away, and then we'll talk about the previous mission and what we're doing here in case you've forgotten. So, I see a bunch of weak, I say weak, that's not necessarily the correct thing to say. I see no enemy capital ships. Well, I guess frigates do count as capital ships. I see no super capital ships over there. No destroyers, no carriers. And so, I am very eager to get over there as quickly as possible and wipe out this fleet with my overwhelming numbers.
Escorts assigned.
My frigates are going to head over there. Everything will be put onto aggressive mode, if I recall correctly, and we'll deal with what we see.
Construction underway.
Since the Falcon is under attack, we're going to build 2 extra workers to keep it repaired.
Processor here. Worker ready.
And that was a mistake. I don't want to begin harvesting. While we're in the middle of a big combat, I'm going to be using my workers to repair vessels that are going to be in the thick of it. I hope. Remember as well, everyone, I don't mention this too often, but I am watching this video with you guys, having recorded it earlier. I find it impossible for me to play a real-time strategy and think. It's difficult enough for me to watch and talk. Watching, playing, and talking? No, that would be way too difficult for me.
Formation set. Stand by Group 1.
All right, everyone moves out. Everyone engages.
Target acquired.
Those multi-beam frigates will be really useful here.
Do not, I say again, do not return fire on their ships. Eliminate the beast fleet.
Stand by Group 7. Stand by Group 1. Stand by Group 2.
If anything's actually firing on us from the Falcorum's fleet, I didn't notice it during this battle. And when I say target enemies, it doesn't target anything the Falcorum has. So I'm not really worried about it other than taking maybe a tiny bit more damage.
Charging.
Come on. It's so annoying when I go to pilot mode and they do that.
Bridge.
Acolytes don't. It's just something with the ACVs.
And engaged.
Stand by Group 1. Stand by Group 2.
Overloading emitters.
Falcorum!
Waiting here.
Tell the rest of your fleet to stand down. The fleet that attacked you is destroyed. We are on your side.
Kunlan, this is the Falcon. Sorry for jumping you, but we were attacked by Higaran ships out of nowhere. But then we started losing contact with ships in our fleet. A new hyperspace right on top of us without warning. We thought the attack fleet was yours. You had gone rogue.
Understood, Falcor. We've had a few shocks of our own. We're transferring to you all our data regarding the beast, so you'll be able to more easily ID infected vessels in the future. We will be gathering resources and will assist you in your repair.
I don't know what that was before the Falcorum hailed us there. It sounded like leftover static. Maybe that was something that was jamming our communications with them earlier. Okay, with the Falcorum now safe, I am under the impression that once we repair it to a certain amount, we will probably have the next in-game event occur.
Bridge.
Similar to when we repaired the
Processor here.
Bushan Ray
Escorts assigned.
back in Mission 2. So we're going to start harvesting with Group 4, while the 2 other workers I created repaired the Falcorum. That will hopefully give me some time to gather some resources.
Now.
Worker here.
In the last video, we had been hanging around in a debris field. I think we were just hiding from the Imperial Taidan and or Tyrannic raiders, having just assaulted their base. Also trying to figure out what we wanted to do with the information we gathered, which basically didn't help us very much, other than the fact that the Imperials were trying to use the beast as a weapon by grafting it onto people to see if they could control it.
Stand by Group 7.
What a nightmare that must have been for that person.
Moving out.
In any case, while we were in that debris field, we found a siege cannon, which you can see attached to our ship in the upper left-hand corner, the Kulan. We had to fight some Tyrannic raiders for it, and they hailed a group of Imperial Titan to assist them.
Formation set.
We were being hard-pressed by the Imperial Titan with a heavy cruiser and several destroyers, along with ion frigates.
Worker ready.
Things were not looking good for us when the Kaushto showed up to the fight. That's one of ours. However, the Tyrannic raiders, or Tyrannic pirates,
Group 4.
broke off their attack on us to fight them. And when they approached, they realized, much to all of our horror, that it was actually the Kaushto had been taken over by the beast.
Setting assigned Group 8.
The Kaushto had been the carrier that we had helped escort through that one nebula after the Bentusi blew up one of their ships.
Worker here.
We fired
Worker
our
ready.
siege
Waiting
cannon
here.
at the beast vessels, which also included the Clisson, I believe. Did it?
Beginning crystal
No,
processing
the lower deck
now.
section that we had jettisoned so long ago now. The cannon, however, did not do significant damage to the enemy.
Beginning construction.
The enemy also
Stand by
has
Group 4.
the beast had
Holding,
hailed
holding
us,
rock.
was talking to
Command
us,
ship has
and
successfully
wanted
relocated.
the information on the beacon, and apparently was offering to give us our lives, like not consume us,
Command ship
if we were
is
to
underway.
give them that information. Instead, and when it was revealed that the
Worker
cannon
ready.
didn't do
Worker
any
underway.
significant damage to them,
Launching
we
ships now.
hyperspaced away. We now find ourselves here because the astrogation team here will have some information about where that beacon came from. We are looking for that information because our engineers believe in order to make the siege cannon more efficient, we should gather a sample of the original beast, which would greatly improve the damage it would do against it, as we would understand the beast's
Processing
biological
complete.
structure.
Waiting here.
The cannon, however, is also a non-functioning
Group
at the moment
5.
anyway. When we fired it, it either overloaded or there was something that happened which was
Holding.
well, we did find it in a scrapyard,
Waiting here.
and so
Worker here.
it is useless. We can't even fire it at the moment.
Moving out. Holding.
Gathering information on the beast, though, is more important than probably repairing the
Worker
cannon,
ready.
Command
because
ship has
it might help
arrived.
our fleet out in other ways. And thus we
by
find
Group
ourselves
5.
here.
Setting new course.
Stand by Group 7.
Underway.
Okay, so, as you can see, I'm out
Stand
hunting
by
down
Group
the
2.
crystals.
Worker ready.
When it comes to the crystals, you need anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 or even
Stand by
more
Group 4.
workers to harvest them. And I don't know how many workers I'm going to need to harvest like a single crystal. So I'm going to bring all 4 workers with me to each one of these to see how many of them to make up for that. Why take the crystals first, instead of just harvesting? You know, that's probably a mistake in retrospect.
Stand by
We
Group
should
3.
probably, honestly,
Escorts assigned.
get the
Stand
crystals
by Group 7.
harvest first?
Escorts assigned.
Unless,
Stand by Group 2.
because, well, I haven't seen the enemies harvest crystals. Maybe it's
Escorts
just a
assigned.
Somtaaw
Stand by
specific
Group 3.
Ready to go,
upgrade.
sir.
Escorts assigned.
Receiving. Ready to
Oh,
go.
I'm splitting the
Escorts
group. One ramming
assigned.
frigate, one assault frigate over here,
Beginning
guarding
crystal
the
processing now.
Kulan,
Ready to go.
and one of
Escorts
each
assigned.
guarding our
Stand by
processor.
Group 4.
Understood. Harvesting.
I'm under the impression that
Receiving you loud
since we have
and
to
clear.
repair the Falcorum, that it's going to also come
moving
under
out
attack
right
at a certain
now.
point.
Online.
So
Underway to
we're prepping
coordinates
for that.
now.
Stand by Group 1.
We still need larger vessels to fight the beast. Engineering wants to start adapting the ore processor drives to power a full destroyer-sized combat vessel. There is also another project available to create a repair drone microship that will automatically repair our capital ships.
Research underway.
All right, we are underway for both of those researches then. I'm very
Stand by
interested
Group
in the
3.
destroyers. I think they will finally bring the power we need to deal with enemy with other enemy capital ships. I didn't realize it during the mission. Oh, God.
Incoming beast fleet. Looks like it's comprised mainly of Raider and Imperialist ships. Engage and keep them away from the Falcorum.
Well, I was under the impression we were going to be attacked, so it doesn't surprise me to see that the enemy is here. That's an enemy carrier, which means that it's got the beast infection beam associated with it.
Just say the word.
So if I'm going to attack it, I should expect to lose vessels to that beam. As such, and since we just began the research on our larger capital ships, I'm going to wait till we have a fleet of capital ships, destroyers, that is to say, until we attack that carrier. Hopefully, we'll be able to do enough damage to it, even if we lose one of our destroyers, that we'll be able to simply annihilate it anyway, and then deal with whatever was taken over. And it looks like whatever's coming at us is going to be heading toward our processor to start, so they're interested in stopping our harvesting. And the Falcorum's ships look like they're heading out to deal directly with that enemy carrier. I'd rather not send out things piecemeal. The Falcorum, though, doesn't have the combat experience that I think the Kun Lan's crew does.
You got it.
Stand by Group 1.
In every instance in this game, you want to hit the enemy, or at least I think so, with as many of your numbers as possible, since you can't. There's no real choke points or something like that. You want to hit them hard, and you want to target. You want to use your ships in efficient ways. So your vessels, which are good against fighting fighters, should target fighters.
Receiving. Got it. Heading in.
Okay, yeah, let's keep. So if they're gonna have
Group 7.
What?
Broad.
Tim?
Formation set.
Words, English. Speak it.
Underway.
If they're gonna not attack the Falcorum, but rather hit my processor, then we'll stand here.
Underway.
Stand by Group 3. Broad. Formation set.
Let's go.
We're not too far away from the Falcorum, and the Falcorum looks like it has a fleet of acolytes outside anyway to help fend off light attacks that might come against it.
Stand by Group 2.
Receiving.
Alright, so we're just getting things into position, getting ready to meet the enemy. Those are the Falcorum's vessels, heading off to fight the beast. The good news is that we can see the beast's fleet. It's got what looks like 2 assault frigates, 3 ion frigates, and its carrier. But I have a hunch it's just going to keep claiming the Falcorum's vessels as they send them over. We are not in control of the Falcorum.
Is now available for construction. Destroyer is now available for construction.
We're going to start with a carrier.
Ready to go.
That should let me have, I think, the carriers. If I remember reading the multiplayer a bit, they increase your supply unit cost. So, in order to build a destroyer, we will need a carrier first. Or, I need to retire some of my existing fleet, which I'd rather not do. I'm really partial to the fleet I've got so far.
Stand by Group 1.
Oh wow, they rapidly produced fighters. Interceptors. But they're fighting multi-beam frigates over there, so I don't know how useful that will be for them.
I'll be there before you blink.
Yep, working on that carrier very slowly. I always forget when I play the game that I can see how long the carrier's going to take in the upper left-hand corner right there. It says carrier, but I never remember it's there. I'm always going to go check the build queue. You know, arguably we should be backing them up, but no, I don't feel like we will lose that fight. We have to deal with all those enemies, other frigates in the area, and the carrier will just devour things. It will just infect it. I have figured out, by the way, what this... Yep, I know. That's me saying I really want to kill him, but I'm not going to... Oh, God, look what it made really quickly.
Spotted.
I think the cloaked vessels are microships, Because I don't think they can make...
I'm on my way, Command.
Cloaked vessels? Maybe they can.
Just tell me where to go.
I'm keeping the recon around here, just in case, because it should be able to detect cloaked vessels, so if there is a cloaked vessel that shows up, we'll be able to deal with it. Alright, they destroyed that. They'll be incoming to our own fleet soon. Let's get ready for them. Yep.
Ready for orders, Command. Targeting beams
Stand
now.
by Group 1.
So those are the microships on the high frigates. Oh, look at them go after the recon.
Target acquired.
And they got it as well.
Stand by Group 5.
Ready, gun.
Stand by Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Stand
You
by
can,
Group 7.
as you can see, target the swarmers that
Stand by
the
Group
high
7.
frigates fire.
Hostile
Your multi-beam
Group
frigates
7.
are... Oh, wow, that was
Target
amazing.
acquired.
Good
Stand by
job,
Group 2.
multi-beams. They are really efficient at doing so. No, I don't want to listen to a ram, but we're gonna...
first. Moving to attack.
Stand by Group 2.
Target locked in.
Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Ready to go.
Yep,
Stand by
everyone
Group
will just
2.
engage the
Target
small
locked in.
fleet. Oh, that's a missile?
Report of hostiles by Group
It's a
7.
missile. I do not need infection missiles hitting us.
Target
Stand by
acquired.
Group 2.
Ready to go.
It just occurs to
Got
me
it.
now,
Hitting
watching
it.
this in
Ready to
hindsight,
go,
that
sir.
I should really move the high
Ready.
frigates
Roger,
past
Command.
the enemy and then hit them. Oh, that's a nice view. I like this.
Stand by Group 2.
Moving to attack. Overloading emitters.
Stand by Group 1.
I don't know if the Beast's ACVs have
Target
EMP
acquired.
fields. I've not seen them use them if they do have them. Alright, well done, team. That was that attack wave dealt with.
Multi-beam frigate online.
Looking at the damage, we've taken some light
Stand by
damage,
Group
but
2.
not very
Stand by Group
much.
5.
Multi-beam frigate moving out.
Stand by Group 7.
I believe the enemy is also harvesting resources with two
Stand by Group
workers
3.
over there. But there's not going to be anything I can do
Formation
about it, because I don't
You
want to
got
get
it.
close to that
Receiving.
carrier yet until
On the
I
way.
have
Stand
my
by Group
own
1.
destroyers
Moving out.
ready. Now, after...
Processor here.
Well, no, I won't say anything else. No, don't say anything, Tim. I don't want to give away what happens during this mission.
Worker
I'm
here.
looking to see if I have any workers that I can take off of harvesting duty to begin repairing these guys.
Stand by Group 8.
Yeah, looking at Group 8, they're done
Stand by
repairing.
Group 4. Stand by
Group
Group
2
8.
can go back to harvesting, and we'll send Group 8 up here
Moving out.
instead. And those two workers will repair whatever needs repair.
Receiving you loud and clear.
Roger, Command. Coordinates locked in.
That carrier's about to be finished.
Carrier, construction completed.
Looks like we picked up another 40 supply units with its
Roger,
its
command.
being finished.
Stand by Group 9.
Carrier here.
Setting aside Group 9.
Carrier moving to position.
Yep, that gave me an extra 40 supply units. Do I build another one of... Oh, I'm confused right now because I have the carrier selected.
Beginning construction of carrier.
Alright, well I guess we'll start with both carriers then for the extra supply units. I guess I'm
Stand
gonna
by
go
Group
with
7.
that I feel
Stand
I've
by
got
Group
enough
1.
firepower with what I've got here so far.
Stand by
That I don't
Group
need to
3.
worry
Moving
about
to
building the
attack.
Report of
destroyers right
hostiles by
away.
Group 5.
Moving to attack.
Now, if you
Roger,
played this
Command.
game before
Preparing for
and
EMP
reached this
first.
point, you will already have seen that
Target
I'm making a
acquired.
giant mistake when it comes to my carrier. And
Target
it's something
acquired.
that I'll
Weapons
realize
charged.
much
Moving to
later
attack.
on in the video. Your carriers
Worker ready.
can also build
Assisting.
supply modules to increase your supply unit cap. But it's not something
Worker
I'm
here.
gonna realize
Systems ready.
during this conflict, unfortunately for all of us. It means that when I
Worker
build
ready.
this other
Assisting.
carrier, I'm gonna be fighting this with the assumption that my supply unit cap is 300.
Ready to go, sir. Got it. Heading in. Ready to go.
Unfortunately, we're gonna watch this. There's nothing I can do now. That's the really terrible thing about playing this game, like not streaming it, is because only after this do I see this mistake, and that was only after reading all the upgrades and or the vehicles later on to figure out what I was doing wrong.
Chip your hull paint.
Good job, team. That was really, really efficient.
Stand by Group 1.
Carrier status full green.
Get them docked. Once they're all docked,
Stand by Group 1.
Get them launched.
Underway.
Stand by Group 7.
Underway to coordinates.
We should keep
Stand
some
by
distance.
Group
You
3.
moved up a little bit.
You got it.
Yep, he's not repairing anything, Tim.
Repairs underway.
Nice. We cleaned out all the supplies over there. They're heading back towards the Cow Stowe. Am I going to take that crystal? Looks like I'm not. We could actually we could have. I think the carriers.
Beginning construction of destroyer.
I think the carriers will also work as places you can drop off your resources that you harvest. Tim, they just finished repairing, and now you're not doing anything with them?
Stand by Group 1.
Carrier I. Accepting
Stand by
update.
Group 1.
Target acquired.
Stand by Group 1.
5. Group 5.
Stand by
Yep.
Group 5.
5 should switch with the missiles. They're the best suited to doing it, or you're gonna get something converted.
Turrets online.
Stand by Group 1.
Target locked in.
Good. Good work.
Stand by Group 5.
You should also be relaunching Group 2.
Carrier
Just saying.
here.
Launching ships now.
I don't know why I make it tougher for me
Stand by Group
doing
1.
that. I think what it is I like the idea
Group
of
2.
docking them all and then launching them all,
Formation set.
Moving to attack.
which is a
Stand by
dumb way to
Group
play
7.
the game.
Got it. Heading in.
No, Tim, you should
Stand by Group
pull
2.
them back. You're getting closer and closer to the enemy
Receiving you
carrier.
loud and
Report of
clear.
hostiles by Group 2.
And
Stand
Group
by
5
Group
should be
1.
targeting not the frigates. They should be targeting all the little drones.
Overloading emitters.
Group 5 should target the drones, Tim. Group 5 should target the drones.
Carrier I.
Or not.
Acknowledging course correction.
Okay, good. We blew it up anyway.
Stand by Group 2.
Attack
Carrier
something, Tim, with Group
status
2.
Full green.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't understand what's happening right now.
Underway. Stand by Group 1.
Target
more
acquired.
frigates
Target
immediately.
locked in.
Worker ready.
Report of
Repairs
hostiles by
underway.
Group 2.
Multi-beam frigate online. Ready for orders, Command. Turrets online. Fire! 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 Ready to go.
Group 5 should be fighting the high frigates. They're
Stand by
making
Group 1.
lots of mistakes. High frigates are good
by
at
Group
destroying
1.
ACVs.
Scalp.
Those microships are
Ready to go.
excellent
sir. Moving
harassers.
to attack.
Stand by Group 9.
Gun crews to high alert. Targeting enemy vessels.
Worker ready.
The carrier's guns, I don't think, are very powerful at all. It's mostly there for...
Report of hostiles
it
by
does have
Group 2.
an energy cannon.
Stand by Group 5.
Targeting
2 of them, it looks
beams
like.
Now.
Roger. Command.
You're losing vast swarms of things, Tim, and you're panicking.
Beginning construction.
Oh, okay. So I'm under the
Stand by
impression I
Group
need the
1.
recon to see the
Going into
microships.
docking pattern.
Stand by
But
Group
right there, I can see my frigates firing on them.
Stand by Group 5.
Carrier construction completed.
Okay, nice. We're starting a destroyer. We should go over to that other carrier.
Roger, command.
I don't think there's anything I do about that ramming frigate.
Weapons
I think that
charged.
ramming frigate's just gonna
Stand
keep
by
pushing
Group 2.
that one
Moving to
assault
attack.
frigate
Stand
wherever
by
it
Group
wants.
2. Stand down, ship. Stand by Group 2. Adding ships to Group 2.
Target acquired.
I
Report of
don't understand
hostiles
what
by
I'm doing.
Group 2.
I'm watching this in horror with you guys here. Okay. Yep, I'm queuing destroyers. But I'm not going to have the supply units. I'm going to have to
Great.
retire something if I want a third
Be
destroyer.
advised, fleet. Command ship is relocated.
ACV has been decommissioned.
Adding ships to Group 9.
Carrier here. Carrier drives online.
Yes, we are moving my main ship
Just
closer
say the word.
to the carrier.
Return ship and stand down.
Holding.
That's interesting. It looks like that ship is on
Waiting here.
supercharge or something.
Worker here.
Well, it's gonna... Looks like it's gonna take that ship off the map, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Holding. Waiting here.
Online.
Yeah, we
Stand
should
by
just
Group 1.
blow up that
Weapons charged.
vessel.
Holding.
Who's holding? Group 8.
Receiving.
Stand
here.
down, ship.
Returning to hangar.
Stand by Group 2.
I'm trying to pull most of my fleet
Carrier
back a little
status
bit,
full green.
Holding.
because I have been
Accepting nav
slowly
data.
moving
Receiving.
toward the enemy vessels.
Return ship and stand down.
Waiting here.
I'm going to need more room for a third
Command.
destroyer, is my thought. So I'm actually going to retire the assault frigate,
Holding.
especially after
Ready to
seeing
go.
how it's unable to defend itself from a
Set
single
self-destruct
enemy ramming
now.
frigate.
Waiting here.
We'll deal with the ramming frigate when it shows back up
Ready.
again.
Holding.
Stand by Group 2.
Going into docking pattern.
Waiting here.
Stand by Group 5.
The bad news is that I'm going to be down to
Stand by
assault
Group
frigates
3.
in the next fight.
Holding.
I think they were
Let's
they were
go.
very helpful for the last one.
Worker ready.
Anyone damaged?
Stand down, ship.
Roger, command.
What?
Stand by Group 1.
Receiving. Returning to hangar.
Why am I retiring that?
Worker ready.
Oh, maybe the space?
Stand by Group 5.
Ready to go.
No one's damaged
Assisting.
much, but I think
Worker
it'd be a
here.
mistake to
Leave this
retire
to
a
the
worker,
pros.
Tim. Good. Yeah, that'd be a large mistake. You're going to want
Stand
the
by
healing.
Group 3. Stand by Group 5. Wall. Formation set.
Holding.
Commandeered
Command.
ship
Waiting
has
here.
been decommissioned.
Command ship is underway.
Roger, command.
Our assault frigate up there
Acknowledging
decided
course
not...
correction.
Oh,
Holding.
to scuttle itself. You actually have to enter the command twice to get the ship to immediately blow itself up.
Waiting here.
Yes. All right, we can afford 3 destroyers. Let's
Holding.
get them out.
Stand by Group 4.
I'm thinking if I wanted to retire another
Stand by
ship
Group
to produce
8.
a 4th destroyer, but I haven't made up my mind at this
Worker
point.
ready.
When we lose that assault frigate, I'll make up my mind. I don't remember how much the
Repairs
assault
underway.
frigates
Yeah?
take.
Assisting.
Carrier I. Carrier moving to position.
Stand by Group 1.
Let Group 1 in dock, Tim.
Carrier here.
Command.
So far, we haven't spent...
Commandeered ship destroyed.
We've actually made a small amount of resource units here. It's weird to think about profit,
Capital
but...
ship away.
Whoa. Oh, nice. Okay, so we can build 4 total. Excellent.
Let's go.
I'm going to want all 4 before I move
Headed
against
out.
the enemy carrier. This way, whatever I
Waiting
lose to its infection beam, I'll still have what I hope will be overwhelming firepower to take it
Holding.
down.
Stand by Group 5.
Ready guns. Waiting here.
This is going to be a little tougher,
Let's
Tim.
do
You
this.
now don't have
Put
any of your
the hurry
ACVs out
Carrier
because you're worried about those
status,
multi-beams.
Watch
You also
crews,
are down your assault
defensive
frigates.
Grid online. Roger,
Launching
command.
ships now.
Full fire to
Report of
gun.
hostiles by Group 5.
Target acquired. Holding.
I'm on it.
Waiting here.
Oh, nice. 2 heavy ion
Holding.
beams, fires
Worker
missiles
ready.
at the
Report of
enemy as
hostiles
well.
by Group 3.
Roger, command.
And it has a... Wow, that's a very large...
Roger, command. Roger, command. Moving
Whatever
to attack.
that large sphere
Report of
is, the
hostiles
red
by Group
spheres?
2.
Energy cannon. It has a very heavy... It looks like it has a
Formation
heavy energy cannon. 2 missiles, 2 ion beams. That's heavy ion beams.
Ready.
Oh god, that's a lot of enemies on the way.
Stand by Group 5.
Turrets online. Fire, fire, fire.
We've got
Report of hostiles by
3
Group 1.
enemy ramming frigates, 3 hive
acquired.
frigates, and 4 enemy multi-beams.
Waiting here.
1 hive frigate is knocking one of my carriers out of the mission.
Report of hostiles by Group 2. Report of hostiles
We're also
by
being
Group
slowly
5.
knocked toward the enemy carrier.
We're moving out right now.
Carrier I.
Oof, and their carrier is damaged. Get back
Carrier
here.
drives online.
Can't do that at the moment, though. Oh, what are you doing up
Command.
there, all those multi-beams? There's nothing else up there for you. I don't know what you
Setting
chased, but
course.
come back down here.
Ready to go, sir.
Where's my other
Worker here.
one of
Leave
you?
this to the pros.
Ramming frigate.
Roger, Command.
We may end up retiring the ramming frigates at the end of this or during
Hostiles by
it.
Group 3.
Oh, you're under a super heavy attack. Hopefully you can get away from the
got it.
infection beam.
Ready to go. We're moving out right now.
Carrier here, accepting nav data. Carrier I. Carrier moving to position.
Receiving.
Come on, Group 2.
Weapons charged.
Get with it.
Target
Report
locked in.
hostiles by Group 5.
Target acquired.
Oh, come on,
Target
Group
locked
2.
in. Weapons charged.
Carrier status
Oh,
full
wow.
green.
My one
Carrier
carrier's
drive
already at
online.
down 1/3 of its life.
Stand by Group 5. Stand by Group 3.
Ready to go.
Oh, Group 3's about to be hit by an infection missile. I think that will probably get it.
You got it.
I think it's about to be converted.
Ready to go.
Its life, I think, is too low to resist that.
Let's do this.
Setting aside Group 6.
Bring them down.
Stand by Group 5.
Targeting beams
Stand by Group
now.
4.
Group 4, I think we're going to
Stand by Group 8.
pull you off of resource duty to heal.
Worker ready.
I think we're going to do that right now.
Drives on full.
We could also make more workers
Roger,
with one of my
Command.
carriers that's right here.
Moving to attack.
I'm looking at what the enemy
Moving to
has arrayed
attack.
against me here.
Report hostiles by Group 6.
Yeah, we just lost that one ramming frigate. It got converted,
hostiles by
and that
Group
missile
2.
struck it. Okay, gotcha. I remember I
hostiles
lost a
by
ramming
Group
frigate,
1.
and I was confused when it happened, because I didn't think we were close enough to the enemy carrier.
Report of hostiles by Group 5.
That ramming frigate's gonna knock my destroyer into the enemy carrier.
Multi-beam frigate online.
That's-
Turrets online.
I can't really fault them for that.
Roger,
Good
Command.
for them. We trained that
Target
crew well.
acquired.
That's a shame now that they're just piles of ooze inside that
Stand by Group 3.
vessel.
Return ship and stand down.
I'm going to immediately retire my other
Roger,
ramming frigate
Command.
because I don't want that happening
Returning to
again.
Report of
Systems
hostiles
ready.
by Group
Ready,
1.
gun.
Take out that.
Roger,
My
Command.
carriers
Roger,
are not
Command.
powerful enough to destroy a
Opening
high
fire.
frigate.
Assisting.
Report of hostiles by Group 5. Stand by Group 5.
Let's go.
Group 6, if we can
Fire
get
up
you
the
out of
engines.
here, let's try to get you away from those ramming
by
frigates. They'll
Group
keep
5.
knocking you around. 5-second heavy
Carrier
damage.
status full green. Acknowledging course correction.
Trying to get, I think, my carriers aligned
Stand
with each
by
other
Group
so they
2.
can at least support each other. At the very least, you guys should be facing the same direction.
Launching ships now.
Ready to move out.
We have another destroyer that's been sitting out
Crank
there.
it up.
Let's get it to this fight as well.
Let's do this.
Show them what we can do.
Receiving. Weapons charged.
Roger, Command.
Report of
Target
hostiles
locked
by
in.
Group 5.
I love
Stand by
seeing the heavy
Group
ion
5.
beams. It's good to finally have some good firepower on our side. Oh,
Stand
actually, we've had good firepower on our side, but
Ramming
having a
frigate
heavy
has been decommissioned.
capital ship is really useful.
Stand by Group 5.
Targeting beams now.
We have missiles incoming, Tim.
Receiving.
Stand by Group 1. X. Formation set.
Carrier I.
Construction
I don't know
underway.
why I'm not using hotkeys. Oh wow, two ramming frigates at the same time
Show 'em what
will
we're
really
made of.
move that thing.
Stand by Group 5.
5 deal with the missiles.
Fire,
We don't want to
fire,
lose
fire.
one of you to it.
Target acquired.
Stand by Group 8.
Carrier here.
I'm looking for the
Roger,
other,
command.
I guess,
Worker
worker?
ready. Leave this to the pros. Worker here. Assisting.
Let's go.
Stand by Group
Targeting
5.
beams now.
Got all the
Multi-beam
missiles
frigate
just in
online.
time.
Yeah. Worker ready. Repairs underway. Worker ready. Repairs underway.
I like to not lose a destroyer to 2 ramming
Stand by
frigates. That would be
Group 5.
embarrassing.
Yeah. Leave this to the pros.
Stand by Group 6. Adding ships to Group 6.
Bring them down.
Oh wow, no, that's right. That's the old destroyer. That was the wow. I'm babbling a bunch. I was checking to see if I could build another destroyer, bring it up to 5. The beast just doesn't care. Any damage it does, any ship it destroys, is more crew that it never has to worry about again. It just produces endless amounts of itself. It's like fighting something from H.P. Lovecraft's mythos, the beast creature.
Stand by Group 6.
Heading out.
Broad. Formation set.
Going into docking pattern.
Prefer my teams sticking it into some sort of formation. They're more effective that way, rather than being scattered all over the place.
Systems ready. Roger, command.
Oh God! It got a hold of those just outside my current fleet formation. And of course it's 2 more ramming frigates.
Worker here. Assisting.
Even another worker not doing anything, yeah. Have them both repair the destroyer.
Put the hurt on them.
Stand by Group 5.
Ready, guns.
Ready.
I don't know what you're doing out here all alone,
1.
ACV.
Adding ships to Group 1.
Go ahead, fight.
Capital ship has cleared. X. Formation set.
I'm on it. Let's ride.
Again, I don't want to lose any of my... Oh, destroyers. Careful, Tim. Those are missiles heading towards your multi-beams. Good, I noticed them. Group 1 is just sitting there, Tim. They should be doing something. Your ACVs are just sitting.
I'm moving.
Roger, command. Weapons charged.
There you go. Or Group 2, which doesn't have very many things in it. Just a heads up, Tim.
Turrets online.
Stand by Group 6. Adding ships to Group 6.
Show them what we can do.
Roger, command.
I love that sound effect. This is a great job on everything in this game.
Returning to hangar.
Oh, hello, enemy interceptors. We still have our multi-beam frigates are still here. Some of them are at half their strength, but they're still fighting.
Report of hostiles by Group 5.
Fire up the
Stand by Group 6.
The destroyers are amazing for Somtaaw. Two ion frigates. I think normal destroyers have 2 or 3. But the heavy cannon,
Group 6.
which also actually I think normal destroyers have 1 heavy. No, they have 2 heavy beams and a assault cannon. I'm sorry, energy cannon. But ours also fire missiles, which I don't think was normally the case, because you'd have to build a missile destroyer for one of the missiles if you were normal Kushan or Titan.
By Group 5. Stand by Group 5.
That's actually really nice, because that lets them deal with fighter craft and corvettes.
Stand by Group 6.
Multi-beam frigate is reporting damage.
Worker ready. Assisting. Carrier aye.
Alright, we need more workers out here. We're taking too much damage on my multi-beams. We're being harassed.
Stand by Group 5.
Oh God!
Systems ready.
Report of hostiles by Group 5.
Roger.
Report of hostiles by Group 6.
Just lost a worker. That'll be fine.
Stand by Group 6. Stand by Group 5.
Ready, gun.
Destroy the missile. Don't let it convert
Ready.
my
Returning
ships.
to hangar.
I don't know why I did that. And I have ACVs not out there fighting.
Stand by Group 5.
Bring them down.
Good. Multi-beams are destroying those swarmers.
Worker here. Repairs underway.
The high frigates are actually surprisingly resilient. I probably should
Report of
build
hostiles by
1 or
Group
2 of them
6.
for my
Stand
fleet
by
also
Group
next
6.
time I do this.
Put the hurt on them.
Actually, Tim, you shouldn't focus on that. You should focus on the multi-beams and the ramming frigates which are on the way. You're also just
Show 'em
barely
over,
maybe outside
Ready
of
for
the
orders,
infection
command.
beam.
Setting
Destroyer
course.
construction completed.
Group 5 is heavily
Multi-beam
damaged and needs to
frigate
withdraw. I don't want to
Carrier
lose them.
here.
Get the worker launched.
Launching ships now. Auto launch set.
Yeah, there you go, Tim. That's what you've
Roger,
been
Report of
wanting to do all
hostiles by
along.
Group 6.
Build another worker. Yep, get out the workers.
Construction underway. Stand by Group
Bring 'em
6.
down.
Stand by Group
Targeting
5.
beams now.
I think, Tim, your other destroyer's also finished, but you haven't even noticed yet, I think.
X. Formation set.
Moving to attack.
Setting assigned Group 1.
Systems ready. Turrets
Group
online.
5, we have to send you out there, unfortunately. We're going to lose other
Ready
things.
to move out.
Worker ready. Assisting.
Stand by Group 6.
Show them what we can do.
What are you doing, Tim?
Show 'em
The
what
multi-beams
we're
are
made
much more dangerous
Stand
than a
by
single
Group
worker
five.
that can't fire on you.
Report of hostiles by Group 6.
Yes, good. That's all
go.
your destroyers, Tim. You're not going to build any more
Crank it up.
unless you retire something else. So get them all over here and then finally hit that
do
enemy
this.
carrier.
Bring them down. I'm on it.
Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Multi-beam frigate damaged.
Something we can do.
Report of hostiles by Group 5. Report of hostiles by Group 6.
Again, I suppose I should correct myself with some earlier statements. There was a lot I could have done because I could have had my carriers building extra supply units
Overloading emitters.
by building more support modules, but I didn't do that because I didn't know that was a thing I could do.
Beginning construction.
Now let's eke out every single supply unit I can get out here. You've got some more repair vessels. Get them repairing your multi-beams.
Ready to move out.
Stand by Group 6.
You'll note that I haven't built any of
Adding
those
shift to
repair
Group
bots
6.
that we researched.
Show them what we can
Stand
do.
by Group 5.
Ready, gun.
That's because I've made another
Report of
mistake.
hostiles by Group 5.
God, those missiles like ram into the enemy.
Yeah? Repair underway.
Let's do
Report of
this.
hostiles by Group 1.
I guess they're just... It takes several
Stand by
hits to
Group
convert a
6.
destroyer, I
Formation set.
suppose.
Heading out.
Well, the repair bots, I'm going to
Stand by
find out
Group
later
5.
on that I've thought about them
Setting new
incorrectly.
Worker ready.
Stand by Group 2.
They probably have been...
Roger, Command.
Adding
well,
shift to
they would have
Going into
been
docking pattern.
very useful for this conflict here.
Adding shift to Group 2.
Returning to hangar.
You have a worker right there, Tim. Yes.
Worker here. Leave this to the pros.
Stand by Group 6.
Okay, we've got my 4 destroyers. Time to move in.
Show
Yep.
them what we're made of.
Take them out.
Carrier I.
I'm fully anticipating losing more destroyers, but there's not much I can do about that.
Stand by Group 5.
Group 5, you are so experienced, I'd
firing
hate to lose
position.
you. We're going to keep you back here, repair you.
Yeah.
You'll deal with anything that decides to slip through the
Repairs
cracks.
underway. Worker ready. Assisting.
You should probably keep him over there, Tim, with the destroyers.
Worker
Actually, you should
ready.
have a...
Leave this to the pros.
You should have a
Stand by
worker
Group
on each
6.
of your destroyers.
Put the hurt on them.
Worker here. Assisting.
It's a shame that we can't do like what we could have done in Sword of the Stars and just held position at maximum range. But they're just gonna charge in and shoot. Here comes the carrier. But the carrier, interestingly enough, isn't gonna move forward anymore.
Worker ready.
Maybe I'm
Repairs
just
underway.
outside its infection beam.
Repairs underway.
Ready to move out.
Yeah. Leave this to the pros.
Stand by Group 6.
So those are Tyrannic Raider, basically, ion frigates, which the
Carrier
Beast knows how to
status,
make,
full
having
green.
converted them.
Launching ships now.
I want to look for any cloaked vessels that
Let
might
me
be
at
around.
'em.
Escorts assigned.
You'll note that it has a shield around itself, so I'm guessing that those microships are around it as well, forming that shield. That'll make it more resilient. It's also not firing, though. I wonder why it stopped. And it's not converting us, so I'm not going to
Stand by
complain.
Group 6.
Show them what
We might be
can do.
just outside its range.
Worker ready.
Maybe the shield prevents it from moving for some reason. I can't imagine why.
Worker ready. Yeah? Assisting.
Well, we've shattered one of the shield, I don't know what to call it. Sides? One of the sides, I'm trying to, yeah, there you go. So now we're pummeling through it. It'll take a little bit for that shield section to come back online. Wow, and we've almost destroyed the carrier already.
Let's go.
Worker here. Leave this to the pros. Worker here. Assisting.
Stand by Group 6.
Now we only have
Report of
their
hostiles by Group 6.
sentinels, I suppose, left.
Show them what we're made of.
Nice. All right, everybody. That will do it for us. And we actually have maybe like 10 more minutes left. And I want to talk about a handful of things really quick. So, I'm going to actually be showing this later on in this video, like another 6 minutes from now or so. But, the things that we have learned, or I have learned after this is over, which I am going to show, is that our carriers can produce supply modules, and the repair bots are an actual upgrade to our capital ships. Ones which we've produced since researching that upgrade will I'll wait.
Beast fleet has been destroyed. The foul Quorum is sending over their astrogation team. Astrogation team aboard, Falcora.
They are good personnel, Kunlun. We should have that beacon nav data cracked in no time. We're going to head back to Higara making maximum range jumps. Maybe that way we can avoid being subverted like the Kal Stove.
Understood, Falcora. May the martyrs of Karak protect you.
And you, Kunlun. And you. Falcorum out.
Alright, everybody. So, I'm going to begin harvesting.
Worker ready.
My workers are going to begin preparing anything that's left. And when I come back, I think I'm going to show some of what I've discovered to you guys.
Yeah?
Return ship and stand down.
Yeah, those guys can get retired. Though I think there's a crystal left, so I'm going to have them peel off to get that crystal. If I haven't already. And then we'll be back to talk about things. Oh, unless I'm going to do it here? Yes. Upgrade for frigates? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was not it. That was me like, where were these ships during the fight? How much TUs, SUs,
now.
Supply units were they? And then I realized it said upgrade,
Roger.
and I begin to upgrade my ships because that upgrade will allow these vessels to self-repair. I think it's slower than a worker, but it's automatic, which is fantastic. That'll keep these in the fight longer.
Worker ready. Worker ready. Yeah, command. Underway.
There was a crystal, so we're gonna want that crystal.
Underway.
Okay, so I'm signaling I'm gonna hyperspace, and then I do some reading,
Upgrade
and we'll be back. Alright, everybody. So, we're back, obviously, and I have some stuff to show you guys. So, first off, this is me actually, I think, showing it in case I was too fast last time. This is an upgrade. Yup, it's an upgrade. It's not a ship you actually have to create. And so, yep, for frigates, destroyers, destroyer-class ships, and the command ship. Holy crap. Wish I had remembered that, or wish I had known that when I started the battle. So, that could have saved, maybe, the assault frigates, if they were able to have that upgrade. Oh well. Useful to know. Yup. This is me like, Tim, you're an idiot. You should have read this. But I don't have time to read it in the middle of combat because I can't pause the game. Oh, here I'm asking if you guys would like me to read at some point all of the research on screen. I can do that at the end of this video, and the next one I can append it to it. Next, I think I am looking at the High Frigate a bit, and I'm also wondering if you guys would like me to read all of the ship descriptions. Because this is useful information, and I actually have not yet stopped to look at this information. I think the mass is the amount of hit points it has. Armor resist resistance to damage. We don't care about the weapon tech. The Hive-class drone frigate is best used against capital ships or fighter swarms. Avoid launching drones against multi-beam frigates or multi-gun corvettes. Yeah, so if you guys want me to read that sort of thing, let me know, and I'll go ahead and do so. If not, well, we can keep sailing on without it. Next. Ah, yes, I have 371 of 444 supply units because I was reading the text and I discovered that our carriers can build supply modules. Oh, and right now I'm showing what's inside each of the ships. This is also when I first discovered that thanks to our repair bots, we can now tell repair bots what it is I want them repairing first. And I don't care about the hangar module as much as I care about the support sections. And automatically carries over for the others as well. I think I'm going to, yep, so our supply units are 371 out of 444. This is what I currently have in my fleet. What do you guys want me to build to fill out those extra points? I'm going to click on all these aircraft, or craft, and show you their supply unit cost. So this way you guys can maybe come up with the list of what else I should create. I am willing to retire our processor, which will save us 13 more supply units, if you guys think I should. Because I can use one of my carriers for that duty as well. It can serve the same exact purpose as the processor, 100% of the time. So take a look at the supply unit cost. I think we've got, what is it, like 60-something? Or maybe 70-something? Oh, right. Supply units also. The Deacon-class destroyer should lead any Somtaaw assault on the beast. It cannot be taken over by infection, only damaged. And the carrier is the same thing. So that might explain why we didn't lose the carriers. Actually, will explain why we didn't lose the carriers to the beast. I don't understand why that's the case. That doesn't make any sense to me. But there you have it. So let me know in the comments, assuming you actually care, what I should... Well, you might care, but you might not care to come to the comment. What I should make to fill out the army. And no, I'm not going to make, like, 30 workers. No, I'm not going to do that. It's got to make sense. So let me know what you would like me to do. And I'll fill out those supply units with what you guys suggest. Alright, everyone. That will do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see everyone in the next one. Oh, right. And before we go, this is what else I have in my ships, so that you're aware of other things I have produced. We have 2 recons and 9 ACVs in each of the carriers, and 4 workers in our Kunlan. And that's what I currently have up there in the upper left-hand corner. 2 more high frigates and a ramming frigate were also created, and that's the leftovers. You have basically like 73 points to work with. Or you have a little more than that, 90, if you want me to retire the processor. Alright, everyone. Thank you for watching. I will see everyone in the next one. Take care, everyone.
The astrogation team from the Thalcorum has decoded the beacon's navigation data. It originated in this area of space.
That's a very big area to search. Can they narrow it down?
It's been 1 million years since the beacon was launched. Galactic drift has made it impossible to determine an exact location. We would need far more accurate star charts to take into account all gravitational factors.
There is a Tyrannic raider base in this sector. They would have all the necessary data.
And do we simply ask them for the information?
We may have no other choice.